Your story from the stage, your written story, your video story. There's all kinds of stories, but that's how people are seeking you out. And if they're not seeking you out, I had somebody ask me this morning whether or not Yellow Pages was a good idea. And that's not me picking on anybody. That's just simply, Yellow Pages isn't a great story. It's just somebody who can come find you and say, there's a guy who offers a commodity service. Again, think about what you want to attract to build your dream practice, not what you can attract to build a nightmare practice. So, people link stories to their own experiences. They put themselves into the story, and this activates their limbic brain, again, making them comfortable and relatable to what you're trying to teach them. It opens them up to being coachable. It opens them up to buy-in. So, everybody loves watching an underdog story. And, if you even look at Hollywood as an example, Hollywood in the business of telling and selling stories, right? And so, how many of you have seen any of these movies? Right? And these movies are like big-time popular, successful movies. And what's the common theme behind pretty much every one of these movies I've listed here? Impossible odds, an injustice being done, some type of prejudice, false social constructs, overcoming massive adversity, and overcoming it victoriously, right? We love a happy ending story. How many of you have ever watched a movie? On the weekends, sometimes I like to watch movies and just, veg out. And I want to watch a movie that gives me like a fuzzy, warm feeling, right? And you ever watch one of those movies where it didn't leave you with a fuzzy, warm feeling, but it was one of those, who the hell spent money putting that depressing, horrible story together? Like, 2 hours of my life are gone and I feel horrible. That isn't the story, right, that we want. We want this. This is what functional medicine is. Understand that functional medicine is the against the odds underdog. We are the underdog. Functional medicine serves less than 1% of the population. We are, by definition, the underdog. So we have the ability to create story that makes people feel like they feel after they turn off Forrest Gump. I mean, you feel great after you turn off that movie, don't you? Or Rocky? Who didn't like Rocky? I mean, how many Rockies are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, because why? Because that storyline works. That storyline sells. That storyline makes people feel good, and it makes them feel like they can overcome and achieve anything. And isn't that what we're about? Isn't that what we want our patients to be able to do, is overcome the impossible odds of a disease that they were told that they had, a disease that they were told nothing could be done about, a disease that they were told they had because it was bad genetics, a disease that they're told will have to be medicated for the rest of their lives, and they're looking at the next 20 or 30 years of their lives and thinking, I can't keep going. I feel like shit. I can't keep doing it. This is not an outcome for me. Those people are on the precipice. They're where Rocky was, right? They're where Frodo Baggins was, right? Marching through hell, right? To get to an impossible ending. That's where your patients are. So you have to be able to give hope through your stories. Now, traits of functional medicine practitioners: courage, confidence, care for humanity, intelligence, integrity, sense of responsibility, motivation, and you all, believe it or not, you all have a superpower. Every one of you has a superpower that hopefully after this weekend you'll walk away with your cape on, your proverbial cape. It's also traits of superheroes. The bottom line is you are a superhero. All of you, everybody in this room is a superhero. This weekend, we're going to focus on helping you identify what your superpowers are. You may already know that. And if you do, that's a great head start. We're going to help you identify the story of your vision, of your mission for your practice, the big why. what will polarize people to have hope when they see you, for their eyes to light up just to be in the room with you and become your patient. The stories that you need to tell to grow your practice, how to strategically implement this information into unstoppable movement that takes your practice to new heights. Because I can tell you this, I've done it both ways. I built a practice on commoditization, and I was miserable. And I was underpaid, and I was under insurance audit, and it was never a good place to feel or be. And I built a practice on this, and I've never been happier in my life. So, harnessing your superpower requires the right mindset, requires the right planning. Attract the right patients delivers confidence to you. Attract the wrong patients delivers the opposite. When somebody doesn't buy into what you have, you go back into your own psyche and you think, what did I do wrong? Maybe I'm not offering it right. Should I lower my prices? And you have all that negative head talk. And it's not because the patient was anything other than a wrong fit.